Hey, long time no see, how's the fridge? Welcome to Beer Fridge Cam, it's Rob. This week I'm looking at TDM, so let's get drinking, shall we? See you in a bit. So welcome to this first part of a 3 Beer Thursday with TDM 1874. Again, you can count, got 6 beers here. 6 beers means 2 videos for you. It's kind of a strange one because we've got these 3, which are usually on tap, but because of COVID they were canned. We've got these 2, which are regular beers, except this one changes. Then we have this special altogether beer. So for this first part, we're going to look at these 3, the IPA 12, the Leitungswasser Kölsch, I'm sorry for all the Germans watching if I upset you, and TDM's altogether. And then in the next video, we're going to look at these 3 beers. So let's get drinking, shall we, with the IPA number 12. So here we have the TDM IPA. It's actually the 12th version of this beer, and as you can see, the side of the can doesn't tell much about it. It says it's 7%. But what I do know is this one is brewed with Mosaic and a little bit of what is known as cryo citra. Now, for those people that don't know what cryo hops are, they usually use the lupulin to kind of impart a hop flavour, and some hops come in pellets, some come in leaves, but cryo, when they get really concentrated form of that hop, kind of aroma and flavour, I guess. But because it's so concentrated, it's a lot stronger, don't need as much. So as you can see, pours out a very clear golden colour. I do apologise. And there you go, just take off the chill haze from the glass. Very lively. Smells of Mosaic. Peachy, melony. Very, very nice. Slight lemony, citrus, grapefruit flavour going on. A little bit of sweetness in the malts. It's bitter, it's clean, fruity. Again, it's the Mosaic coming through. A little bit of peachiness going on, a slight bit of lemon, citrus, grapefruit flavour going on. It's a bang on IPA. I mean, yeah, if you're looking for an IPA and you want something with punchy, peachy flavours, dry, that's really, really nice. It's just a shame because it's number 12. It'll move on and probably 13, 14, 15, 16. You never know, but if you can, I'd say definitely get that. So here we have the TDM 1874 altogether beer. Now, I can't really say too much about this because the altogether beer, if you haven't been paying attention, there was a slight virus, obviously very serious. The brewing industry came together and said, hey, you know, let's do something for hospitality. And Other Half Brewing in New York put out a recipe, and they did it so the brewers could choose what kind of style they wanted to do, be a New England IPA or a West Coast IPA. It's up to the brewery. You know, the recipe pretty much calls for the same malts and hops, but the difference thing is the yeast. And with this one, it does look hazy, but it looks quite dark, really, to be a hazy IPA. I mean, a hazy IPAs tend to be much more vibrant in colour. So I think this could be a cross. It definitely has a dankness to it. It's a little bit piney with some grapefruit and citrus going on. There's a slight yeast phenol there, but it's not strong. You get a bitter here, which is kind of like a West Coast, but then you do get the kind of hot pop, so to speak. Very fruity, citrusy, bit mango going on, pineapple, guava. It's definitely it's an interesting one. It's not a New England IPA. It's not a West Coast IPA. It's somewhere in the middle, I want to say. But it's bloody tasty. Bloody tasty. So for the final beer in this first part of the 3 Beer Thursday from TDM 1874, we have their Leitungswasser Kölsch. Leitungswasser is German for tap water. The implication is you drink this like water. I do love the artwork on this. This was designed by Jay Holmes. Does Mystery Cuts Radio, and it's brilliant. He does some absolute fantastic artwork. He did some artwork for Tokyo Aleworks as well. Love the labels, absolutely love them. Cheers, Jay. But this is a Kölsch, which, if you don't know, is from the kind of the Köln region of Germany, and it's a style that when Japanese beers first started making craft beer, it was there, but it wasn't as popular as, say, the lagers, the Schwarz beers. But this one, as you can see, it pours out a very clear golden colour. I mean, you can see me through that glass. Sorry, shouldn't really be seeing that. Nice firm white head. It's kind of a sweet, malty, slightly floral hop aroma to it. It smells like a Kölsch. It's not that bold in flavour. Sorry, aroma. I'm smelling this. It's not a bold in aroma. Previous beer got to me. It smells like I guess the best way to describe it would be a German Pilsner with slightly more hoppiness to it, I guess. But so good. This is actually one of my favourite beers from TDM. And when I realised I was making this video, I deliberately waited until that came out, because this is just... I know I'm not saying much, but if you can see my facial expressions, you can probably guess why I'm not saying that much. There's a reason why it's called Leitungswasser Kölsch. It is like tap water. You just got to knock this back, especially the day I'm making this. It's 29 degrees Celsius, and don't get me wrong, I like IPAs, but sometimes you just want something that just isn't so in your face, isn't so bam. You want something that has got flavour. You've got to enjoy it. It's crisp, and this is it. Cheers. So we've come to the end of this first part of 3 Beer Thursday for TDM 1874, and I must say I've loved all 3 beers I've had today, and I think that's really indicative of TDM full stop. I've never actually had a bad beer from them. I'm not trying to blow smoke up anyone's ass. I mean, yeah, there are some beers that are better than others, and there are some beers I would order over and over again. But out of every single beer I've had from them, they've all been beers that have been to style, well made, and bloody delicious. So for this ranking, I know it's going to be a bit of a cop-out, but I don't really want to put them in order. I don't want to, because it means I've got to pick my favourite. But I'm not going to let you down, drinkers, craft beer fans. I wouldn't do that to you. So from third favourite to first favourite, that's what I'm doing today, because I did really enjoy all 3 of them. So it's not one I didn't like as much, but it's going to be, I'd happily drink all 3 of them over and over again. I'm going to say it's the altogether effort. There's a couple of reasons why. First of all, it's a limited edition, so you probably won't get it again. And secondly, it's just, it doesn't quite know what it is. Is it a West Coast? Is it a New England? Is it a hazy? And that's fine. It's bloody delicious for what you take it is. It's kind of in the middle. But that's why it's number 3, just because it's in the middle. Number 2 is going to be the IPA. And again, the reason for this is because they keep changing the recipe. That IPA number 12 is a little bit less alcohol than the 11, and it uses slightly different hops. It's always going to keep changing. So it's a case of, I like this one, but you can't get this one probably in 2 or 3 months' time. So that kind of sucks. It's a good thing because, again, it makes very good IPAs. But for me, the Kölsch, the Leitungswasser, is just delectable. It's something that I would, and I really do order that quite a lot and drink a fair bit of it. I'll quite happily pick up a case, if I could get a case anywhere. I'll usually pick up 6 cans and just be happy with it. I really would. So there you go. There's today's roundup for 3 Beer Thursday.
Hey, you're still there. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode of 3 Beer Thursday. If you want to see some more, consider supporting us on Patreon. Take care, keep your beer cold, keep it craft. See you next time.